Good morning or good afternoon, everybody. This is Anthony Williams, founder and CEO of Connected Athletics, where we focus on connecting athletes with other athletes, with coaches, and helping them build their brand. We are excited today. I've known this young man for a few years and got to know him better when I invited him to the FBU Adidas Freshman All-American game a couple years ago. He has gone from the best kept secret in Central Texas and Texas to in the last couple of weeks, everybody in the country knows about this young man. Cade Klubnik is a 22 quarterback from Westlake High School here in the Austin area. Cade, how are you doing today and what's going on?
I'm doing good. Nothing much, just doing what I can every day.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, obviously we're in this COVID-19 environment. We were talking about it before we started here. Why don't you give the coaches a little insight to what you're doing to stay in shape from a strength and endurance perspective?
Every day, working out, throwing. I'm normally lifting 3-4 times a week, throwing 3-4 times a week. Doing something every day. Going to throw with my guys. Lifting here. It's been good.
Do you have weights and everything at the house there? What are you doing?
I got dumbbells 0 to 100, so I've been doing all that. Our coaches are sending us workouts, so I've been doing that. I pretty much just can't do power clean or a heavy back squat, but I've been doing everything else. It's been going good.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
From an academic standpoint, I know Westlake obviously takes their academics very serious. What are you guys doing? Are you guys doing the Google Classrooms? What are you doing to stay on top of your academics?
We're doing like Zoom meetings every day. I'm actually in between 2 classes right now, so it's going good. And then we still got Google Classrooms, and we're doing like stuff on there, so it's going good. So not too bad at all. They're kind of taking it slow. And we're kind of speeding up. So yes, sir.
Well, I see you've got a really good core GPA of 3.3. Have you had a chance to take the SAT or the ACT yet?
I have not, no, sir.
Okay. Have you scheduled that? I know they're probably not even allowed to schedule for dates yet. When's your plan? Are you gonna take those in the fall? You gonna wait till this time next year? What's your plan?
Yes, sir. Probably sometime in the fall or next year.
Okay.
I'll probably
So
do
let's talk
some
about you as a quarterback. I
prep.
mean, still very young. You were behind a senior last year. Give us your strengths and weaknesses. What do you think you do well, and what are things that you feel like you want to work on constructively?
I feel like I'm. Wait, sorry. Can you repeat the question one more time?
I was
What are
asking,
you
what do you
asking?
think your strengths and weaknesses are as a quarterback? What are things you
Okay.
think you do well in the field, and what are things you want to work on going into your junior year?
I think my strengths are. I mean, I'm not a dual threat, but I'm more of a pocket passer. But I call myself a mobile, where I can. There's, you know, anybody coming at me, I can get out of the way, and they're not going to touch me. Hopefully, but we got a good O line, so that's not going to happen. I feel like I'm a good leader. Like, our teammates, we've all been brothers for a while, so we all got a really good relationship, and we all trust in each other. So I think that's a really good strength of mine. Um, I think I just need to keep working on my speed and my strength. I've gained a lot of weight lately, about 184 right now, so still trying to get up. Trying to get to like 190, 195 by next season. Yeah. So,
Okay.
sure.
What you mentioned your height and weight. How do you compare yourself to other quarterbacks in your class? There's a lot of good quarterbacks in the class 22. Tell these coaches how you differentiate yourself from other quarterbacks that you're competing against.
Oh, I see a lot of guys that are really good in our class. We have a really good class of quarterbacks, so it's fun to be able to compete and look at those guys and you know um, just compare, and not in a bad way, but in a good way, and learn from them at the same time. Um, so yeah, I think that I'm pretty similar to a few guys. Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of experience this year, and I got a lot of really, really good reps. I didn't start the whole year, um, but I think that my accuracy, when it comes down to like throwing in pinpoint spots, that I'm really good at that. Um, I think that some guys can tend to like just kind of throw it or force it, and I feel like I do a good job on kind of going through my reads. I have a really good QB coach, Todd Dodge, who's our head coach, and he's really good at, learning the reads and getting through all that. So I learned a lot from him, and that's kind of a big way of how all of our QBs get good. So,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
We were talking earlier. You had an interesting experience this year. You had a bunch of really good quarterbacks. One a senior competing against another guy, Drew, that was really good. Talk about your experience and how it was to go from you're really good, but you got a senior in front of you. You took advantage of your opportunities. Talk about that experience, because I think it's going to help you in that same transition when you go to college, when you may have a senior in front of you, and how you just kind of continue to work and things like that. Talk about that experience this year that you had.
Yeah, I mean, we were competing every single game, every single practice. I mean, it was like we were competing for the job every time I stepped on the field. Whether it was like week 9 of the season, it was like it was week 1 of fall camp. Like, I have to do better than this guy on the field. Like, that's the mentality. And like, I learned so much from that. It definitely was really good for me. And I think that helped like Kirkland at the same time. Like, it got him competing, and it was really good for him. He did a great job like throughout the season. So, but I just learned like to just every rep matters, to be honest. And just like I can't take any reps off. Like, every rep has to be perfect, and just the best that it can be. And I mean, that helps so much when it comes down to game 10 reps, like especially as a young sophomore that I was, that like if I'm not doing the best that I can be in practice, then I'm probably not going to be the best I can be in a game. So like even with those limited reps that I had, every time I stepped on the field, I tried to be the best that I could be.
Yeah.
And I think practice like was the most like helpful thing when it came down to that, was just like real time reps and just trying to be the best it could be. So
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Well, competition is a great thing. It brings out the most of you. Nobody wants
Yeah.
to be given things. You want to earn it. How do
Yeah,
you
for sure.
foresee? I know it's early, but how do you foresee your junior year coming? What's competition looking like? I know you're not assuming you're going to have the role. What are you doing to get ready for your junior season?
I'm I it's just me. There's actually not any junior QBs above me. So, and then there's nobody in my grade. So there's actually 2 freshmen um, that will be, one of them will be stepping up. So I fortunately have the job for next year, which is nice. So it'll be fun. I think our team's going to be really, really good this year. We got a really good O-line. Got a lot of guys coming back. We just got a transfer from Dallas, so and he's really good. So that'll be fun. We got 2 of our star running backs back, and they're both studs. They're both going to be seniors next year, so that's going to be really fun. And then we got 2 really good receivers coming back, Jaden Greathouse and Luke Nichols. Jaden's a stud, and Luke's really good. And then we got some young guys that'll be able to step up. So it'll be really fun. Defense is always good. We got the best defense coordinator in the state, so I know that's going to be good. So it'll be fun.
Well, it's interesting. So you're going from being groomed by upperclassmen to now hearing
Mhm.
that you have 2 guys underneath you. Talk about how you're planning on helping develop and be a leader and a mentor to those freshman quarterbacks this season.
Yeah, I mean, I learned so much from Drew and Kirkland. Kirkland and Drew both had so much experience, and like it was really good to learn from them. Um, and I'm just excited to like play with those guys. I mean, we've already been through fall, January and February together, so it's been really fun. Still getting to know them and going to throw whenever we can, so it's fun.
Okay.
Sir.
So let's switch gears. Let's switch. Okay. So obviously you've gotten some pretty good offers. Let's talk about who's recruiting you, who have you heard from, who do you still want to hear from, and how you're managing this recruiting process so far.
So I've heard from the guys that have offered me, which is I think I have 10 now. LSU, Auburn, Arkansas, TCU, SMU, um, Virginia Tech, Nebraska, Texas State. I'm leaving out a few.
It's an
But
impressive
yeah,
list.
yeah, I'm really honored. Baylor, yeah, Baylor, obviously, they're my first one. So it's fun. So I'm talking to them, like just trying to call one of the coaches or multiple coaches, definitely the QB coach and the OC once a week, twice a week, as much as I can. Definitely just building that relationship and who I'm interested in. And then I was talking to TCU a decent amount, and then they just offered me yesterday, which is awesome. Really good talking to them. They were really cool. So yeah, it's going good. Just calling whenever, FaceTiming. It's been fun, just building that relationship. There's a lot of good coaches out there that I'm really interested in. So
you're
sure.
still very early in the process. I can assume, but I'll let you respond. I mean, I'm sure you're pretty open.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I mean, you're 2 years out. When you plan on waiting to the end to make a commitment? Are you plan on being an early enrollee? What's your game plan? Have your parents talked about that process yet?
Yes, sir. So I mean, for QBs, it's normally you want to commit earlier than later, especially in our class. We got a really good QB class. So I mean, I've heard for different coaches they'd rather their QBs in this class come in earlier than later, because if you commit, then that's, that's big, and that's kind of going to be your team. So I mean, not necessarily, but especially like with how good our class is and how many good QBs in our grade there are, it's going to be better to commit earlier than later. So I'm hoping to commit somewhere around this time next year. But I don't know yet. I mean, I didn't get some of my visits in this spring that I was going to take, unfortunately, because of all this going on.
Yeah.
But hopefully I'll be able to this summer, and next season I'll be able to go to some games. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm excited. So yes, sir.
So
I'm
do
very
you have have you and your family talked about the criteria yet? What's going to be the important factors that will help you make a decision before you commit?
Definitely coaches. I just, need great coaches. Or I would like to have great coaches that can just, great football coaches, but also coaches that care about the players and the team, and guys that outside of football will text you, how are you doing, and stuff like that. You know, Academics for sure. What kind of majors they have, and how good of an academic school they are, and stuff like that. How many QBs on the roster and how many commits also definitely factors into it, in my opinion. Just because, I don't want to get there and sit the bench for 4 years. I've worked really hard my whole life, and I'm going to keep on working hard. Definitely, just like if the coaches weren't there and football was taken out of it, if I still like the school. I've always said that. If it's like a winning program, and how successful they've been in the past. And then, definitely like the culture of like the school, and just like what kind of people there, and just like how the coaches are and what the players are like and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that I think of, but definitely those are like some of the top ones.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So have you thought about a major yet? What do you want to do after football? Whether you have a 10-year career in the NFL or you get done after college, what is it you like to do away from football? What do you want to do for a career?
I don't really know what I want to do yet. I'm still, still early, but I'm not completely sure. I don't know. I'm
Okay,
still
that's
talking
fair.
to my parents about it. So, sir.
Talk to me about your. You mentioned a little bit earlier with you've got a great coaching staff there under Coach Todd. Talk about your relationship with the coaching staff, your position coach, the coordinator, and the head coach, because that's obviously very important as you make that transition.
Yeah. I think all of our coaches are just like such great guys. Like they ask us how we're doing through all of this. Also, just like text anytime, call anytime. They'll hit us up, check how we're doing, without even talking about football one time in the conversation. So they're all just really good guys, and just great coaches that I love to be around. And that's just so much like for a football team is like it's more than football. So it's definitely like a family. It's really fun. But my relationship with Coach Dodge, I mean, I've known him for a long time. My older brother played here at Westlake, so I've known him since I was in 5th grade. His wife was actually my English or elementary school teacher, so I've known him for a long time. We're pretty close, so it's awesome. Our assistant QB coach, who actually just got switched to the wide receiver coach, because one of our coaches just retired. me and him, Coach Collins, we have a pretty good relationship. He's an awesome guy. Whenever we have our QB meetings or QB dinners Thursday nights or Tuesday nights during the season, we're all there, and it's really fun. So, sir, it's awesome. We all just have a really good relationship. I had a really good relationship with Drew and Kirkland last year, which is surprising, or not surprising to me, but might be surprising to other people. Just because, you see 3 QBs competing for starting job in high school football, and they're both seniors, and the way they treated me was, really, really special. We were all kind of really good friends, so it was really fun.
That's good to hear. Let's switch it up a little bit. Let's talk about Cade away from football. What are your interests outside when you're not working out or playing during the season? What do you like to do in your spare time? What kind of hobbies do you have?
I like going on the boat. I like just, hanging out with friends, just spending good time with them. I've got some really good buddies. I mean, just spending a good time with them. Whether it's just hanging out, play video games, or, just spending quality time together. Definitely just like spending time with my friends. I got some really close buddies. And then I got 2 of my older friends who are really big mentors in my life, Zachary and Tanner. I love spending time with them. They're both really good friends of mine. They were both friends of my older brother. So I spend a lot of time with them, whether it's at Young Life or stuff like that. So, yes, sir.
What video games are you playing right now?
I don't know. I mean, I don't play like a ton, but like if I do, my friends like to play Fortnite and stuff. So I'm not that good because I don't play a lot, or I'll play Madden or something. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you in any
whatever.
of the apps right now? Are you a TikTok kid? Am I going to see a TikTok video?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Not one of those guys.
Okay.
No, not at all. But
okay, so let me give you a scenario. So it's the fall. You've got a big district game against Lake Travis. It's pregame. What songs? What do you listen to? What's in your playlist to get you hyped for a big game? Who you listen to?
I don't know what songs like specifically. Sometimes I just like to, keep it chill. Whether it's, I don't know. It's
what about genres? Are you a rock guy? Are you a rap guy? Are you a R&B guy? What kind of guy are you?
Sometimes I just listen to like chill, like I don't even know what genre it would be, but I mean sometimes I listen to rap, like right before the game, just like get pumped up, like everybody does. But sometimes I just like to keep it chill, just like I don't even know like what genre it would be. Like hold on, let me like Kaleo, Kaleo.
Oh yeah.
I like Kaleo, just like, just vibing out for the game. I like talking to my teammates and stuff. But then, like, 30 minutes before the game, just locked in.
Okay.
We got our weight room blacked out, so we can just go sit in there and do whatever we want. So I definitely I love, like, just listen to music in there. I mean, I'll listen to, like, I don't know, like Drake or something or Post Malone or I don't know.
Okay.
And I love just, like, going in there, got a big open space, and I'll just, like envision like plays and stuff and just like go through it and like do a 3-step drop and just like it's completely black, so you can completely vision like what you're seeing, and just like mental reps whenever you can't get real reps is so key. So I love doing that. That definitely gets me like so ready for a game. And then watching film before games, I love doing that, just like blasting at things and just like kind of wiring it into my brain.
So Westlake obviously has a great history of putting out top quarterbacks. Obviously, Drew Brees and Nick Foles. Who do you pattern your game off of? Whether it's Westlake or not, but what quarterback do you kind of look at and go, yeah, I want to be more like that?
I love Drew Brees. He's definitely like, a great guy, but also like an amazing football player. And he can also move around a little bit. I would say I loved watching Joe Burrow this year. He was really fun to watch, but also Trevor Lawrence. I love watching him. I think not just like saying this as a skill level, because I know he's insanely good, but I'm not saying I compare to him on a skill level, but the way he plays sometimes is a lot like me. It's just like the way he can move around and stuff. He's one of my favorite QBs to watch, to be honest. Especially coming in as a young guy, the way he stepped up and just played at Clemson, like I love to watch that. So it's really fun.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got to know Trevor pretty good when he played in the Army All American game down in San Antonio. Am I going to see you growing your hair long pretty soon, or is that
Nope,
something?
nope. I'm keeping it shorter. Nope. I'm gonna need another haircut soon. So
So, Cade, tell me one thing about playing football at the next level and dealing with football even now in high school. Dealing with adversity. Give us a story, either personally or football related, where you had to overcome adversity.
yeah, this season, honestly, I was until about week 7. Me and Kirkland were battling it out. I'd get more playing time some games. He'd get more playing time some games. Like my emotions were always just whack. I mean, I could either come home from a game just static and so hyped because I just had an amazing game, or um, I didn't do too well and I didn't play as much as I wanted. Um, but I mean, it all just depended, like I was saying earlier, just practice, like going back to practice and, whether it's throwing routes on air or one-on-ones is getting more completions than him. Because how I did in practice determined how much I was going to play that week and if I started or not. So definitely going that. And then I think it was in Anderson game. I tore up my thumb and hurt it pretty, not too bad. I didn't need surgery or anything, but it was pretty good. Not good, but it was a good little injury. So I was out a couple weeks for that. Had to watch him, take over and do really well, which is tough to do sitting on the sideline. My whole life, I've never really sat on the sideline and watched another guy play what I want to play. So it was tough. And then I came back in and, didn't get as much playing time at all anymore. I did at the end of games and stuff. So it was tough. Just not getting to play a ton. And, I worked my butt off all summer and stuff and felt like I was going to be the starter, to be honest, going into fall camp. And then that happened and didn't really play a ton. In the playoffs, I maybe got 1 or 2 drives a game, maybe. I remember some games I didn't even play at all. So it was hard, but I was really proud of him for stepping up and playing really well. And at the end of the day, we still won a state championship, and it was really fun. I was proud of the guys and all my teammates, my senior teammates. They worked really hard for that. I know they worked, and they've been dreaming of that. So it was really fun. But at the same time, I was really looking forward to this next year. I knew we were going to be good. So I'm really good. I'm really excited about this next year, and I'm working really hard. So I know all of us are trying to get that 2-peat. So
Well, one of the questions a lot of college coaches like to ask of their prospects: why do you love football?
I've always dreamed just stepping on the field and throwing a touchdown in front of 100,000 fans. That's always been my dream. So, I mean, growing up in Westlake, the dream growing up was throwing a touchdown in Westlake Stadium in front of 11, 12,000, I don't know, like 15,000 fans.
Mhm.
So doing that is just like, goosebumps. It's so fun. It's just something about like stepping on the field and it's just like, I don't know, nothing else. Playing with your friends that you're hanging out with all the time. I mean, the guys, your football friends are who you hang out with all the time. Guys you've grown up with, getting to play Westlake football, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Um, so, I mean, just something about the grind and the work. I don't know. I love it.
Yeah.
Nothing really like it.
Well, tell me what kind of competitor you are. I mean, I've seen you on the field, I've seen you grind, and I know all kids want to win, but describe to these coaches, how would you define your competition level? How big of a competitor are you?
My whole family is very, 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 very competitive. So I'm very competitive, whether it's playing football or playing cornhole in the backyard. Um, we're all very competitive. No matter what team I'm on, it's just kind of Westlake. We always kind of win. So it's hard to lose. So I'm just a really very, very big competitor. Always pushing our teammates, but not in a bad way. Always encouraging, not discouraging. So, I mean, I got a little fire to me whenever it's on the field. I got a little extra jump in me. So,
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm not sure about that.
So, thanks, Siri. So, besides your parents, I met them, the great people, obviously done a great job raising you. Tell me, who are some of the more influential people in your life right now?
Um, Probably my siblings and them, like, you know, just the way they grow up and stuff. My brother, one of my brothers, Reed, who played college football at Yale and is now, um, you know, trying to make an NFL team right now. Um, hopefully he does. He's working really, really hard. Took the semester off, his senior year semester off, and to go play or go train in Florida for 6 days a week, 8 hours a day for 3.5 months. So that
Mhm.
shows a lot. Just like, you know, and as soon as he, I mean, I talked to my parents about this just the other day. Like, big influence was my dream, my whole life was to play college football, and then as soon as he kind of did it, it kind of turned into a goal. You know, that was like the flip. Like, oh my gosh, this like actually can happen. So as soon as that happened, and he coached us, he coached me in sixth, seventh, and eighth, 7-on-7 football with all my buddies. We won 2 state championships, so it was pretty fun.
Awesome.
But I mean, that was just definitely a huge influence on just like how hard he worked, and that definitely pushed me to try to, like, you know, be as good as him. Um, him and just like my parents also, and all my siblings. Yeah, yes, sir.
What other sports? You're a pretty good athlete. Did you play any of the sports at Westlake? You play? Are you a baseball, basketball guy? You running track? What are you doing besides football season?
Yeah, I played basketball growing up. Also I played basketball in middle school and stuff. Was always okay. I mean, I was a good enough athlete to be able to play basketball, but I was never a really good shooter. I didn't play in high school. I don't play in high school, and then I run track. I've always run track. I this season, before it all got shut down, I was on the varsity 4x4, 4x2. I anchored, and then I did triple and
Okay,
long jump. So yes, sir.
good. Okay, tell the coaches what kind of learner. Obviously, you know there's three different types of styles of learning. There's visual, there's verbal, and there's physical. How do you best learn both classroom or on the field?
Um, I'm normally of a visual learner. Like, I like to, well, for school, I'm definitely a visual learner. Like, um, actually, no, I normally like to do it, and that's how I learn for school. You know, I like to write notes or do something. That's how normally I learn it. But for football, I like to watch it first. The best way it could be, whether it's a play or a read or something like that. I like to watch it on film and watch it written down, and then what I want to do is that very next day, which is normally what we do, or that same day, is go do it and, you know, learn from our coaches exactly if I made a mistake or something like that. That way I can do it the best way I can. So,
Gotcha. Hey, last question before we finish up here. And it's a simple one, and a lot of college coaches will ask you this. Why do you think you can play football in college?
um, that's a good question. Um, I feel like I was just always meant to do it. Um, I was just telling my parents about this last week. I have always worked like, this is what I've always wanted to do since I was 3 years old. Like, what
Mhm.
I've always wanted to do. Like, my dream was never to play in the NFL. Like some guys are. Like, my dream was always to play in college football because I think it's the most fun thing in the world. Um, so I think if I if I just work hard enough, then I'll maybe be able to do it, and I have been. And I think I got the competitiveness in me, and the God's given me the skill to do it. So I think I'll be able to. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Well, in business, I could tell your mom and dad, you know, me being in business and marketing, what I do, there's things called an elevator pitch. In these last 30 seconds before we close up this interview, here's your 30 seconds. Give us the elevator pitch on Cade Klubnik and what college coaches are going to be expecting to get and about yourself, and just kind of give it 30 seconds of who you are and what you plan on doing, what your goals are.
Um, my goal is hopefully to. My goal is to go to a Power Five school. Get there, start as a freshman, win a bowl game, um, then come back sophomore year, either win a bowl game or go to the national championship. Then come back junior year and win a national championship. Then come back senior year and win a national championship. So actually, scratch out, win a national championship every single year.
Okay.
So
That's what I was
or win a big bowl game. And then I think I don't know. I think I've just got it. It's somewhere in me that I'll be able to do it. So
at. Well, Cade, thank you for your time. We
Thank you so much,
definitely
Coach.
appreciate you coming on, and I've enjoyed knowing you and your family and become good friends. I'm looking forward to seeing you compete this fall and try and repeat as 6A champions. And keep working, and then we'll see you down the road here. Okay.
Thanks so much, Coach.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
See you, Coach.